Of using Uworld and Mark K audio. Number one, start with you have to know the basic body system, nursing process. You have to know those. So make sure you know why that question is correct and why that question is incorrect in each and every questions. For 1 hour, when I stay at home, when I'm off, I study in any specific schedule, but I try to keep myself. Hello guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Anju, and today by title you guys know that I will be sharing my experience of NCLEX. How did I pass my NCLEX with minimum 60 questions in first try being an international nurse? Let me tell you about myself. I'm from Nepal. I graduated back in my country in 2014. Then I moved to the US in 2016, and finally I became a nurse in the US. It was a long journey. It took time for me because first 2 years I didn't know any process about becoming a nurse in the US, already graduating back in my country. Also, I didn't have any guidance, I didn't have any resource, so it took time. But after figuring out everything by myself, it was about a year time frame, and I did it. By saying this, if you guys watching this video and if you are a nurse back in your country and you want to be a nurse in the US and you have any questions, just comment down below and I will try to help you. I will try to answer you as much as I can, and I would be happy to help you and be your resource. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I will be making more videos in future. Also, by the end of this video, I will be giving you 5 tips about how to pass NCLEX with minimum 60 questions from my experience. So keep watching me. I took my NCLEX about 2 months ago. It's been now 2 months. I wanted to record this video right after passing my NCLEX, but I was going through a lot of my personal stuff, so I couldn't record this video on time. But I'm glad that I'm doing this now. It's really happening, and I'm sharing my experience to you all, and I hope you will find this video helpful. Let me start with NCLEX. When I was preparing my NCLEX, I was preparing for 75 minimum questions and 265 maximum questions. Also, time frame was about it was 6 hours. But by the time when I took my NCLEX, NCSBN made changes on NCLEX because of COVID-19, which is 60 minimum questions and 130 maximum questions, and they brought time down to 4 hours from 6 hours. And I had 60 questions and I passed. When I took my test on the testing day, I went there in the testing center. There were about 9 other people, including me. We were 10 of us who is taking NCLEX exam. And I went and sat in computer about an hour and 15 minutes. In 60 questions, my computer just shut off and I was freaking out. I turned around and everybody were still doing their test, and I was the only one who is coming out of that building, first, like from 10 of us. And I was about to having a panic attack. I thought I failed, and I came to home. I don't even remember what I did in 48 hours, until I get my results. But between that 48 hours, I didn't even try to do Pearson view trick. I was just scared, and I was very nervous, and also I was freaking out, having that test anxiety. But I don't know how my husband, he figured out to do Pearson view trick, and he did the day after my testing. And I had a good pop-up. That means like out record indicate blah blah blah, you already test taken or something like that. So that means good pop-up. I checked on online, says that mean good pop-up. I had a good pop-up, but I was still wanting to see that like past results. um, after 48 hours I purchased my result, and I am so glad, I'm so happy to see that pass and seeing my name on board with registered nurse. Just amazing feeling. Let me tell you about my resource that I have used. I have purchased Uworld for 3 months, which is cost about $199, and which is very helpful, and which has 2100 questions bank, and also 2 self-assessment. You can do it after completing your test, or whenever you feel comfortable with it. And beside that, I've listened to Mark K audio on YouTube. I do not know who shared that video. I've just searched Mark K audio on YouTube, and I found that audio clips. Mark K audio especially I found helpful is endocrine system and cardiovascular system. The way how he explains, and the way how he gives you the detailed example and explanation, that gives you a lot of understanding of content and understanding of the topic, so which I found very helpful. And I just want to say thank you very much whoever uploaded that video on YouTube. Talking about Uworld, this video is not sponsored by Uworld, and I am not promoting Uworld. I'm just sharing that experience. Uworld is very helpful, which I found very helpful, because it has very pretty similar format and landscape, like real NCLEX. Uworld also has a tutor. It has a timing. You can go by system, so you can make a flashcards, and you can also make a note. It's very easy to use, and it gives you a detailed explanation and rational, which I found very helpful. So I've studied Uworld about 3 months. Not 3 months, because my testing schedule was before my Uworld expiration date. Yeah, so I just studied for 2 months and a half, I think, and I did my test and I passed it. And from my experience of using Uworld and Mark K audio on my English journey, I would like to give you 5 tips which can be helpful to you. Number one, start with you have to know the basic nursing principle, basic nursing knowledge, that you know it. You already passed all your classes, and you all the way up there, taking your NCLEX, so you know your nursing basic knowledge. Like, for example, basic labs, basic farm, body system, nursing process. You have to know those. Not only for the NCLEX, you have to know after passing your board and going to work on the floor, you have to know those basic knowledge. So make sure you know basic nursing knowledge. And number 2, read rational. Always make sure you read rational, even though your answer is correct. Reading rational gives you detailed explanation of why that question is correct and why that question is incorrect. So it really helps you better understanding of the questions and answer. So always make sure you read rational very well in each and every questions. And number 3 is make a daily schedule. I worked full time, so my schedule was just messed up, because I work 12-hour shifts. So when I work, I only study for 1 hour. When I stay at home, when I'm off, I studied for like 12 hours, 10 to 12 hours. So I didn't have any specific schedule, but I tried to keep myself, keep studying, because I was out of control, not going to school like for long. So I tried to keep myself in discipline and keep studying. And number 3, you always expect for maximum questions, because a lot of people are upset that when they expect 60 questions, and say when they go to 61 and 62, they just started to freaking out and mess up all the questions. So be sure that you expect maximum question. Like for now, maximum question is 130 questions. Number 4, always be ready for everything. NCLEX can ask you a question from anywhere, from random question like from anywhere, from any system. So be ready for everything. A lot of people, I hear that a lot of people say, I have got this much SATA, farm or psych and like EKZ, LND, blah blah blah. You will not have the same question that other people did. In my case, there is some of the words I was like, what does this mean? It was like a lot of confusion and kind of question. So always be ready for everything and try to be answer the best you can. And number 5 is always believe in yourself, because you already a nurse. You only need to pass this NCLEX and you need to get license, but you already completed all your school, you already passed your school, so you know it, so you just believe in yourself and say that I can do it. This is my end of the video. I hope you guys find this video helpful, and whoever already passed the NCLEX, I would say congratulations. And also to those who is taking NCLEX, I wish you good luck and I send you all the best wishes. And again, don't forget to subscribe to my channel.